Welcome and welcome back to my channel. I'm Amanda and I'm playing with the Media Mayhem from September, and I'm using my counterfeit kit challenge from September, and it's a scrap lift. That was Missy Whitten's layout that we're scrap lifting. Boy, I miss seeing her layouts online. But yeah, these are the pictures I'm going to scrapbook. They are my youngest. We're at Johnson Canyon in Banff, and I picked out these inks from Distressed Oxide that match what she's wearing, because she's got all the colors on her, and I thought it matched with the layout that's scrap lifting. And mine goes a little bit different, but that's okay. So I'm going to do packaging technique to start with. I think this is Salvage Patina. I'm not 100% sure, and I don't know what the other ones are called. So I can look if you're interested. Just leave me a comment and I will go look at them, because I totally could go downstairs and look, but I'm not going to at the moment. So, and then the blue one, and adding lots of water, making a mess, having fun, getting a lot more color on, and that's okay. This comes out really, really pink, which is great. Look at that. Awesome. And then this yellow was way yellower than I expected it to be. I should have realized it was going to be this yellow, but oh my goodness, look how bright that is. It won't be so bad after we get some stuff on it, but wow, look at that. So then I just add, it needs more of the greeny color. So it's just going to go right over top, and then some more even, and then a little bit more blue. And I'm just wiping this plastic baggie off with the wet wipe in between. And I'm liking all the texture that's adding. So even though it looks a little messy and different, and the round ones in the pink are kind of interesting, but yeah, it is what it is. Added some water, and because they're Distress Oxides, if you let it sit, it does pull up some of the color, and you get a little bit more depth and a lot of different dimension of color there. And then I'm going to pull out my Distress Oxides that match, and I'm going to do a bunch of splatters too, because why not? So I think that one's called Worn Lipstick. I'm not positive. It's pink. And then this blue one. I am going to do, I don't remember what the green one's called. The green one kind of goes on a little bit gray green. And then I do fossilized amber for the yellow, because that's the yellow I have. So it gets a little bit of goldy in there. And then I'm going to show you up close just a little bit and speed her right back up. And then I'm going to make a flip for the larger pictures, and then these two will mimic Missy's on hers for where her two were. And then the flip, it's going to be a little bit different spot, but not too different. But I did want to get more than the 3 on here, so, and she is so cute posing by this tree. She was like, "Mommy, take my picture. Look at me. I'm going to pose." She liked to pose all the time. Now she does selfies, and help us if we can take a picture of her, anybody else, but selfies are okay. It is what it is. She's a teenager. We will deal with teenagers. And then just double checking the size, because I didn't actually measure. I just cut it down to where I thought it would work. And yeah. And so a little bit more. And then I do need to cut this. And so it's going to be just a little bit wider. And then I'm going to score it in half for the fold. And then I'm just going to cut off the excess of the little bit off the bottom, because I know it's not going to be too much off the bottom, not enough to save as an actual piece, so just that itty bit. So even if I'd measured it and figured it out and cut before I scored, it's still not going to be enough to like really do much with. So and so that's going to get matted and scuffing up the edges a bit because my trimmer didn't cut very nice. So it is what it is. And then those two on this inside. And then that's going to go on the yellow. And so it will cover up the yellow quite a bit. And it was still quite wet, so I did hit it with the heat gun. And then I'm going to matte these two smaller ones in white too, just to give them a little bit of separation for all that color on the background, because there's a lot of color there. So then on Missy's layout, they are overlapped a little bit, so I am totally going to overlap them. We got a whole bunch of snow today where I'm at. I'm in Alberta, and so now I'm looking at these pictures that I did. I'm like, oh, I miss springtime. This is actually summer, but man, I am not a winter person. I live in the wrong country for not really liking winter, but oh well, it is what it is. I don't like really hot either, which is part of the problem. So it's totally a problem. I don't like cold. I don't like hot. If it could be 20 degrees Celsius 100% of the time, I would be happy. But that is not going to be reasonable anywhere. So I thought I'd use this every day from the Simple Stories chipboard that I had, but not going to happen. I'm looking to see what I can use from my stuff, and I had a lot of stuff out, so I'm like, maybe this, maybe this. Some of this I've actually used in September on September layouts, and some of it has come into a whole bunch of my layouts in the last few months. This is a decal from like the dollar store, and it's supposed to go on a computer, but look at how cute this is. It's like a laptop decoration thing, but I seen them and I was like, and no, they're coming home. So yeah, at least I'm pretty sure that's what they were. Super cute. Look at these. And then I am going to do a tone on tone. So this gets the swirly green and blue butterflies and jewels, and that adds a bit of sparkle to the page. And maybe these are recollection ones. I don't know. I did get some that were, yeah, no, those are recollection ones. I did get some like this that were from the dollar store that were for laptops, but maybe not those ones. Then some of these Simple Story brads. They're adhesive ones, which is awesome because I don't have to poke a hole in my page. And then I had this sticker book. And I think this is, I want to say it's Heidi Swap, but I'm not positive. And that sweet I thought was pretty cute because it's summertime, and look at, she is definitely sweet. And then I was looking at that one and I was like, it can come down here. It says the best day. And then I'm like, hey, I should put white on the other side of this where the sweet is, so I can put something on the back side, because like, why wouldn't I? So just scuffing it up a little bit. And then this one is going to get word stickers. Are they going to get, I don't know. This one gets a yay over here because it just fit nice there. And another little lemon and some flowers. I thought about the ice cream piece, but And then this is I love you smile is what it's going to stay, and I just have to trim the I love you off a little bit, the smile underneath. I thought was pretty cute. And that shell was kind of cute. This was from the same sticker pack, and then I didn't like the ice cream. And then looking at this stuff, I'm like, oh, there's a couple hearts in here. We'll use the hearts. I do have a bin in front of me that all sorts of stuff is in, typically from my kit, but you can see a little bit of it there. So that's what I'm digging through when I'm looking. And then these are all my enamel dots. So I was seeing if there was some that I could use. I don't know if I used them. I think I get distracted and don't. And then I am going to use some of these. And if you've watched some of my stuff lately, you've seen me try to use these on other things. So these are the ones that I've used before the ones that you've seen me try. So it was just, I don't know, it got done, and then it just got sat on my phone, and then it sat on my computer. But it is what it is. Those are pretty cute, but I didn't get them on here. I thought that they weren't quite what I was looking for. And this is my pink drawer. So I'm pulling some stuff out of the pink. So that one chipboard that's long that says the simple things. And then I like the treasure on that, and that's a rub on. I wasn't sure that was going to work, but I'm going to give it a go. And that acetate piece would have been fine. It doesn't stay, but meh. I'm just trying a whole bunch of different stuff to see what I can get to work, because I want stuff on it. I'm just not sure. A little embroidered flower from something, probably from one of the girls' shirts that was too badly stained to donate, because they were kids. And just looking, no more. And so I'm like, let's get this treasure on, because why not? So I was thinking treasure every day, and I didn't like how those mesh together, so I'm going to put that up in my box. And then I'm going to get this on. I was thinking, well, maybe treasure laughter. Nah, I don't, nah. So I'm going to try to make it straight, and I'm going to use my finger mostly, and then a popsicle stick. And actually that went on really well, considering it is a very, very old rub-on. And then this is the simple things, and it's a chipboard piece, and I'm going to use the same pink and just rough up it around the edge with the ink, and it's a little rough with it too. And then some glue, because it needs to stay. And then just rearranging some stuff. And nope, maybe, I don't know. That one's going to come over here. I think that one says love you with a heart. And that is glued. Yay. And then just looking in some of this other stuff I have. So there's some Simple Stories hearts in here. That one is, I think most of that's from Flower Shop. And then some of the bits and pieces that I have sitting. Seeing what I can use. Put that away. Okay, what else? Nope. Maybe these, I'm going to look at these. These are Simply Stated Design. And I'm like, too red. I really like Heat and Hot on this one. So I'm just trying to find stuff that matches. And I'm like, why? No, yeah, maybe. It still needs more in that middle spot where I'm playing with stuff. So that works okay. I looked in these acetate pieces to see if there's anything, but they're all like houses in time, so it didn't really make sense. I do like my stuff to make a little bit of sense. This lemon is going to go down in this corner. And then this bee was really cute, and I don't know why I didn't decide to put it on, but I didn't decide to put it on, so. Some more flowers, or some more hearts. These are out of a Hip Kit Club ephemera pack. Because I got those for a while too. And so I have lots of that to use up. And looking at some other ones. Some scrap pieces. Some more simple stories. I think this is a flower shop as well. And then just getting more foam. These ones are foam pieces. I've got quite a mess now. There's a couple of chipboard pieces just loose, so I'm going to use those. I think those are also from the flower shop ones. I think. And then more hearts. And more hearts. Using some stuff up. Another flower. And we're getting pretty close there, so I'm going to get stuff glued on here now. Yay, glued on. That piece says relax and have fun, that circle piece. I thought about moving those flowers around a little bit, and then I'm like, I'm just getting this on. Enough is enough. This is okay. This will work. I've got a bit of a diagonal going on, which is what I had anticipated. Mine is a whole bunch of different, just because on Missy's, she just used circles, but on other layouts of Missy's, if you've watched her stuff, she does do a lot of color on color, and so this is in line for what she has done. And then just getting stuff on, double checking. I'm pretty close to being done here. Just doing a last little bit of fussing. I want something there. Maybe there. Nope. It wasn't gluing very well, so I added a little bit of tape, and I'm going to add glue. So now it's stuck well, but it wasn't stuck well to start with, and it's going to go back where it was because that's where I like it better. So, and then just a little bit of journaling underneath, and it says posing for pictures at Johnston Canyon. And I spelled Johnson wrong, so I have to go over it again here. But I have not done that yet, so I will do it. I will do it, but probably right after I finish doing the voiceover. And so there's that flip. I should be out more, but I'm not. And then just a little bit close up. And that's a wrap on that one. And here's some close-up still shots. I will have the Mixed Media Mayhem playlist, even though I totally missed the hop for this one on that date. I will include the playlist, and I'll probably add this to the playlist too. And if you're watching it late, thank you so much for watching it, because, yeah, that happens. It's life. There it is there. Thank you so much for watching today. If you liked my video, I would appreciate a thumbs up. And subscribe if you want. Comments below. Thank you so much. Have yourself a wonderful day.